Presidential nominee Joe Biden urging the Senate not to act on any Supreme Court nominee the president may select.
And the people of this nation are choosing their future right now as they vote. To jam this nomination through the Senate is just an exercise in raw political power. I'm speaking to those Republicans out there, Senate Republicans, who know deep down what is right for the country and consistent with the Constitution.
This as President Trump commits himself to selecting a woman to replace Justice Ginsburg, and doing it soon.
I will be putting forth a nominee next week. It will be a woman. It says the president is supposed to fill the seat, right? And that's what we're going to do.
The timing of the pending nomination leading many Republican senators to reverse or reimagine their stances on President Obama's election year nomination of Merrick Garland to replace Justice Antonin Scalia in 2016.
There is a long tradition that you don't do this in an election year.
The right thing to do is for the Senate to take up this nomination and to confirm the nominee before Election Day.
Democrats now united in opposing any nominee before Inauguration Day.
The people pick the president, and the president picks the justice. That is how this works.
Leaving Republicans a little margin for error in moving a nomination quickly. Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski releasing a statement this afternoon reading in part, "I did not support taking up a nomination 8 months before the 2016 election. We are now even closer to the 2020 election, and I believe the same standard must apply." Murkowski joins Republican Susan Collins of Maine, who wrote yesterday, quote, "I do not believe that the Senate should vote on the nominee prior to the election."
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.